Very few people are going to do the radical things that he did. But the thinking, the way he thinks, is what I'm trying to help you start thinking. He fits with my 3 rules for finances in your personal finance. Number 1, spend less than you make. Alan Corey is a king of spend less than you make. If he lives in a less desirable area of town, in a less desirable apartment, he can get a 1-bedroom apartment for $400 a month. So he's going to keep down, this is the most expensive thing you spend your money on. Housing. He gets on a subway, goes for an hour across New York in the subway, pops out of a subway station, doesn't even know where he is, looks around, finds a bank, goes in the bank, takes $100 and says, I want to open a savings account. They give him the paperwork and he walks out of the bank. Goes to the personnel department at his work and says, here, I want you to take half my salary out of my paycheck every month. I don't even want to see it. Which goes to number 2 and number 3, plan and control. Corey has a plan. Alan Corey has a plan. He's going to control his money so he doesn't spend it. And then he's going to divide and conquer. I'm getting this money out of my pocket. It's not even going to be there. Alan Corey said, I'm going to protect every one of those dollars. Because if I don't protect those dollars and save those dollars, I will not be able to buy the assets I need to become a millionaire by the time I'm 30 or to become wealthy. So I'm going to suggest you adjust your spending habits to avoid spending money on things you don't need to. One of the reasons I think we do this is because I think we're convinced that we're never going to be wealthy because we're not wealthy. So therefore, why try? Might as well just have fun and spend my money. When it's not true. If you will do the right things with your money. He found an apartment that was a 2-bedroom apartment. I think it was like $500 a month. Puts an ad in the newspaper. Room for rent, $300. Now, how much does it cost him for his housing? Now spending $200 a month on rent. That's why I'm saying you got to think differently. Think like the normal person. You'll think, oh man, I don't want somebody coming in and living in the place with me. I want the place to myself. Go right ahead. Spend your $500 a month. In fact, you'll probably spend $800 a month because you're not even going to rent in a crummy area. You're going to rent in some nicer area. Or $1,200 a month and spend half your salary on your apartment because you want someplace nice. Alan Corey said, I want to be wealthy. I want to spend the rest of my life living nice. He's getting his 2-bedroom apartment. After 2 or 3 months, he's looking around. He says, I spend all my time in my room. He spends all his time in his room. There's a living room over here that nobody ever even goes in. So he gets a wire, he puts it across the opening to the living room, puts a curtain on it, moves all his stuff out of his bedroom, sticks it into the living room, puts an ad in the newspaper. Room for rent, $300. Now how much is it costing him for his housing? He's getting through $600. How much is he paying for his apartment? $500. What's he doing? He's putting $100 in his pocket every month. He just created the biggest expense in his expenses, and he just turned it into an asset, and he's now putting $100 into his pocket. The more you adjust your lifestyle and your thinking to how can I have less money going out, how can I make more money come in, and keep my expenses down, keep my costs down, and have money to invest in assets that will put money in my pocket.